Hello everyone, I'm Vaishnav. So one second, let me share my screen. Vishal sir, can you confirm that whether you can see my screen?
Yes, Vaishnav, I can see.
Yeah, okay. So hello everyone. So today I'll be sharing my journey, that how I started my journey from a student trailblazer to becoming a multiplier. So initially I uh, started my journey from my college. Like we were sitting like how I started was we were sitting in our college labs because like we were having our personal labs in our academics. So we are having a dedicated Salesforce lab inaugurated in our college for practicing and getting a hands-on experience only for Salesforce. So it was inaugurated by Amanda Bowman ma'am and her team, like Kiran Manyala and Vishwavikas and his team came to our college for that inauguration event. So everything was in a busy mood, like everyone was in a hurry, like it was like a confusion, what was happening, we did not know what was happening. So we were very eager to know that what was happening and what is this lab dedicated and what was Salesforce actually. So um, so um, as I said, we have a dedicated lab for Salesforce. So this is the lab which is in our information technology department in our college. So here will only this lab is mainly used for practicing Salesforce and getting hands-on experience. So how we started was my seniors were getting hands-on sessions and getting introductory sessions in this lab. So we were sitting in the opposite lab to this lab, and we were watching what was happening in there, but we did not get to know like exactly what was happening. So after my lab got completed, I went to my seniors and asked that what is this actually, and I'm very much eager to learn what is this, because it was very new. While we were seeing this lab, it was very new that this is looking very attractive and we can learn something new apart from our academics. So they said that you will get to know this in a third year. So at the time where I was in my second year, so they said that will introduce you to Salesforce in your third year. So as the days moved by, we came into our third year, and we had an introductory session in our college auditorium regarding introduction to Salesforce session. So there they showed us the detail, not detail. I can say that they gave us a brief explanation about what is Salesforce, how it can be implemented, and how it can be used. So from that, and they also gave us some modules to practice, so that like basic modules, so we can get some overview about the Salesforce platform. So after that, they gave us some time to complete those, like they gave us 15 to 20 batches to complete. And so that while we were practicing that, I was totally confused, like what is this, what I'm doing. But later on, when I continuously practiced that, I came to know that something I was able to understand from those badges. So I found it a little bit interesting. And coming to the next part, like till then we were doing like it was something, we were earning badges and learning something. But later on in the month of December, we had an event, like global conference of TradeDX 19. So there, I with my seniors, I, Harsha, and my seniors went there. So that there, what happened is we found that it was like a wonderland. When we entered into that conference hall, we were wondered that how big is this and how big event is this. So there we came to know what all different products in Salesforce are there, how we can interact with people, how we can increase our networking strategies, networking techniques. So there we interacted with many people, like many trailblazers who were already working with some experience over there. And we have also got a chance to see and hear sessions from the great MVPs of the trailblazer communities. And and there, after coming from there, I shared I and Harsha, who is my co-classmate. So we both shared our experiences there, like what all we have seen there and how this Salesforce can give us a growth in our careers. So from there, I and Arsha continuously used to sit in this lab for hours and hours and used to practice more and more hands-on on them. And we also used to train our juniors there. So initially, our juniors were not that much interested in not showing interest in this, but later on, they also started doing and practicing badges. So we were just assisting them whenever they needed. So after that, um, in the month of February, I and my team in my college, so we inaugurate like we conducted a session for all our juniors who were new, like they did not know what is Salesforce and all. So we have so these were some of the clips of Relay DX. So here on the left you can see me and Harsha, and he was my senior. uh, on the right, he was my senior Pawan, who is the main key person who introduced us to Salesforce. Like he is like a backbone for us, for me and Harsha. So I was telling that we have conducted a workshop for all our juniors. So here my journey started as a being a multiplayer. So this was the place where I started my like helping my juniors to get to know what is Salesforce and all. So later on the lockdown came. So I was planning so big in my college so that someone could get to learn something from me. But the lockdown came, the COVID came, and everything was smashed. So but that was one of the best times I had, because because we have sessions being conducted in different places in India, but we cannot go to each and every state and attend those each and every city and attend those sessions. That is impossible. But because of lockdown, we had a chance of attending those sessions virtually. And in the same day, we can, if there are two sessions being conducted in the morning and afternoon, so we can attend both of them. So that was a big advantage for me, and I have learned so many like different topics in Salesforce. And mainly I have attended maximum all of the community group sessions, and in that sessions I have also gained so much of knowledge. And I was initially I was facing little bit trouble, but later on I was able to cope up with my skills. And uh, all my fellow mates were getting troubles in completing the super badges. And in that, they used to contact me whenever they were stuck in some places. They used to contact me or Harsha or any of my team members, so that we were able to help them. So like whenever they used to complete any module or any stage in the super badge, they used to feel very happy. And on seeing them, we used to become very happy that we have helped them and they have learned something from us. And coming to this virtual events, and these virtual events have also helped me in building my career and building my networking skills as well, because um, I was new to this community and I am just 1 year experienced in this Salesforce thing. But I have got some recognition in the community, because I have seen Vishal sir has identified me, and he was very eager to have a session with me. Like he wanted to share my journey in Gurgaon Developer Group. So he asked me, "Would you like to share your journey in the group, so that some or the other trailblazers will get inspired and they will also start learning Salesforce?" So this was all about my journey. And I want to tell one thing, that some students will be like they will be seeing some posts in Twitter and LinkedIn, like some people are becoming rangers and they're earning swags. So they will ping those people like how to get swags and how to complete these badges like very fast. But what I suggest is, whatever you learn, you should learn in a perfect way. And don't run behind badges. If you run behind badges, you will get lack of knowledge. But if you go behind knowledge, that knowledge will somewhere it will be useful for you. So my main thing is, don't go behind badges, go behind the knowledge. And so I would conclude my this journey by saying that I'm exploring more and more day by day, and I'm definitely trying to help my fellow trailblazers to improve their skills as well. So thank you everyone for being patient listeners of my journey. So thank you. Vishal sir.
Hi Vaishnav. Thank you so much, Vaishnav, for sharing your journey with each and everyone. So yeah, your journey was amazing. And now I would like to hand over the stage to Harshit. Harshit, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Thank you again, and sorry for the interruption. Sir, can you please confirm am I audible now?
Now, yeah, now you are audible.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Let me present my screen, please. Is it visible now, sir?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, once again, thank you so much for the opportunity to the entire Salesforce developer group of Gurgaon and to Vishal, sir. So yeah, my name is Harshit and I'm 3x CRM certified. I have done a Salesforce admin certification as well as I have explored HubSpot as a CRM technology, and I am a member of New Delhi Salesforce developer group. These are the handles where you can connect with me. With here it is the Twitter handle and the LinkedIn handle. So in case you feel like I may help you, please feel free to reach me out. I will definitely try to guide from my end. So yeah, topic for today is journey from student trailblazer to being a multiplier. And I would urge the participants to please tweet about this session using hashtag student trailblazers and hashtag SFDC Gurgaon. So it may help to each other to other person as well as to know about this session. So before I start about my journey, how I started from being a college student to trailblazer and then being a multiplier. I would like to thanks Gaurav Khetripal sir, Rupesh Bhatia sir, Om Prakash sir, Sesha, Sushant and Shrey Sharma, because these are the people who have contributed to my journey directly or indirectly. So I will explain about like how they contributed in my journey step by step. So when I was in third year of my computer science, like I got to know about what is Salesforce. Like, okay, there is something existing in the market which is Salesforce. But I was, as other noobs, I was also not exactly aware what Salesforce is. Whenever we think about Salesforce, the first thing which comes in our mind is okay, it might be related to sales, business development associate, or something else. So I also had same perspective, and I got an opportunity to attend a Journey to Salesforce event organized by Gaurav Khetrapal sir and the Jaipur team. And as I'm doing my computer science from AIT Jaipur, I was curious to know about Salesforce and I tried to explore more about it. And in that session, the speaker were Gaurav Khetrapal sir, Rupesh Bhatia sir. So it helped me to know a lot about Salesforce. It helped me to change my perspective. Okay, it's not related to sales. And after that, initially I started to explore more about okay, what is Trailhead, what can I do, what should be my initial step to start my journey and all those stuff. So initially, like, to be honest, I was not able to find the path which was important to know before starting the journey, because Salesforce is like a vast ocean and you have to pick the verticals, or you have to pick the rules which you have to follow to achieve your target. If someone wants to be a marketing consultant or a sales consultant, then they have to initially start with admin, then they can explore more about the particular cloud in which way they want to go ahead. So initially this was the challenge which I faced, and lockdown has been a blessing in disguise for me because it helped me to connect with different people. If I talk about Om Prakash sir, Sesha, Sushant, even Vishal sir and other mentors who have directly or indirectly helped me a lot in establishing as a trailblazer, and also to let me learn more about Salesforce. So during lockdown, as the sessions have went virtual, so I was able to know more about okay, what are the communities doing, what are the new releases or new updates Salesforce is giving, and what are the different verticals in Salesforce and what specifically they are supposed to do, or in if we talk about the business perspective. So this was the thing which lockdown helped me to learn more about. Also, as the sessions have went virtual, it helped me a lot to communicate with other people, gain experience with their mistakes or their achievements, and also in terms of networking. Also, I have been a part of Vijayawada Career Guidance Festival, which was organized by the Salesforce Developer Group of Vijayawada, which is led by Sesha. So that opportunity gave me a huge confidence because I was able to communicate with many established trailblazers in the community who are having 2 to 5 or even 10 years of experience. So it ultimately helped me to grow as an individual person and also on a team level, like, okay, how we can hold an event. Because generally what happens, we are able to see only the 1 hour or 2 hour of event which is going on. But what is the exact scenario, like what are the things going in the backend are more important to know, that what I felt. So participating in that event helped me to know, okay, like for organizing an event of even 1 or 2 hour, or suppose organizing a series, that also requires too much efforts from the leaders as well as from the entire team's end. So once I was done successfully able to complete the Vijayawada Career Guidance Festival along with Vaishnav, Sai Krishna, Shesha. So it gave me boost that, okay, this can help me to like build my own personal brand as well in the community. And on the later part, I along with Vaishnav, Jareen and Sai Krishna, we participated in the Next Gen Trailblazer contest, which was organized by Vinay Chaturvedi sir. So this event was basically about like presenting a solution using Salesforce as a technology for COVID and its related issues. So we all like participated as a team, and I'm proud to say that like we stood second in the competition, which helped us to know more about, okay, what community cloud does in Salesforce and what are the different verticals, or what are the way in which we can present the solutions. So these are the achievements like which help us to know the other trailblazers in the community, as well as which helps us to work as a team. Because individually we might be some great coder or some great entities, but if we work in a team, it helps us to groom accordingly. So this was the another opportunity which helped me to learn more about teamwork and how we can present the solution for the problems. And on the later part, currently, as I mentioned, I'm a part of New Delhi Salesforce Developer Group, which is led by Sushant sir along with Atul sir and Sagar Kincha sir. So it is giving me an opportunity to learn in depth about how the what we can say the sessions are organized, what is the whole process, and it helps me to network with different speakers who are coming for the upcoming sessions. So this is the learning which I got from my journey of I can say more than 1 year in the Salesforce ecosystem. And if I talk about the technical part, like what were the drawbacks like which I faced, so I would like to suggest something for the new trailblazer, which is like initially there might be some difficulties which you face, but please try to utilize the resources, because resources are available in abundance if we go to internet. I would like to recommend a few channels like I hope everyone might be knowing Shri Sharma. He has awesome content uploaded on the YouTube, which is the channel is named as Salesforce Hulk. Also, you may visit his website, which is shreysharma.com. So, if you want to learn about Salesforce admin as well as about the development part, I think that is one of the best content available on internet. Also, you may refer to Apex Hour, which is led by Amit Chaudhary sir in collaboration with other great trailblazers in the community. And if you are looking for some motivation for your journey, and if you are stuck and you're thinking like, okay, now what will I do and what should I do, you can definitely follow Om Prakash sir as for that as well, because he's one of the enthusiastic trailblazer in the community. And he's the person who is conducting like many sessions in the weekends, and you can definitely follow Om sir if you want to gain more knowledge about Salesforce. What are the things which you can improvise in your learning, or what are the things which you can improve in your journey. So yeah, that was the journey from my end. And again, I would like to thanks Vishal sir and the Salesforce Gurgaon group for this opportunity to let me share my thoughts and let me share my journey. Thank you so much, Vishal sir. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Harshit, for sharing your journey. And would you like to share some kind of message or anything to the new trailblazers, new fellow trailblazers who are coming in the upcoming years? So, would you like to share something new so that they can help? This can help to them. Would you
Sure,
like?
sir. Sure. So, sir, first thing which I would like to mention is like there are multiple patches related to different modules in the Trailhead, right? So the thing which I have learned from my mistakes, or which I have improvised in my learning if I come to Trailhead, is like there are some documentations which are available on the different batches of Trailhead, right? So please don't ignore that those documentations, because what generally we do, we read the whole article which is present on the batch. We perform the task given to assigned to us, or we complete the quiz which is assigned with the respective batch. But sometimes we ignore the links or resources which are added with the batch. So that resources might be very useful to clear the what we can say, clear the doubts related to particular batch. So I would request everyone, whether they are like the upcoming trailblazers or who are learning using Trailhead, that please try to follow those resources, at least read them twice or thrice, because that can help us to clear the doubts in depth, because there might be some important thing present in the resources which we might we might ignore. So this is the first point which I would like to mention. And secondly, I would request the upcoming trailblazers to please at least be a part of any community in which they are interested. It might be the community near to their permanent residence where they are currently established, or else as the things are now going virtually and they are doing too good, so they can be part of any community across India or across the globe. Because as things have been went virtual, it has helped everyone to network and communicate with any person, whether he or she is in India or abroad. So this is a great community, and please be a part of this community, which can help you to groom. So it's like learn and grow together. So if you are willing to grow, you can join the communities, you can network, you can seek advices from the people whom you think you can connect with, and this can help you to grow. That's it, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Harshit. If someone of you from the participant would you like to share anything with each and everyone who are able to attend? So can you please share if anyone want to share something? Shibu sir, would you like to add something which
Uh,
can help the newcomers?
I think Harshit and Vaishnav had a pretty good share of what they did. Like I'm not sure, like how our audience is today. Like, if many of them are actually new to Salesforce, or if they're actually already pursuing it. But definitely, like they can all take home, like from some of these tips that both Harshit and Vaishnav have shared. I would always look at, like how can we make it better for the people, especially those who are in colleges. So Vaishnav and Harshit, maybe to you guys, like is there something that you guys would want to change in your college, like given some of the challenges that you had, like when you guys went through the Salesforce journey, or some improvements that you think that need to be made? Can you think of anything?
Yes, sir. I would like to add one thing, sir. Like, the students who are practicing Salesforce and learning Salesforce, they're not they're not getting a belief that they will get a job in the Salesforce ecosystem, and like that they're thinking like that, and they're dropping off back, sir. Like they're stopping their journeys there itself. And if they're getting stuck somewhere, they're not reaching out to some people who have already completed that, or who have a knowledge of that. And they're when they're stuck there, they're stopping their journey of learning Trailer and Salesforce there itself. And they're again, whenever any event is being conducted and something big is happening, then they're coming to know that okay, we have done this thing at that time, so again we'll start doing that. But at that time they will be forgetting everything what they have uh, practiced, because as they're in the initial stages, so we need to practice more and more. So this was one of the feedback I got from most of my juniors, like they're not getting a belief that we'll be getting any opportunities out in the community.
Okay. Do you have something that you would want to tell them? Any advice based on how
Advice is
you have
like,
seen?
sir, like we need to try hard and hard for achieving anything, sir. Like we should have patience, sir. First of all, we should have patience for that.
True. Okay. Also, like have I don't know, like if you have do you guys all have like student ambassadors from your colleges?
Yes,
You
sir.
guys are aware of that, right? Like,
Yes, sir.
so most of the colleges that you actually talk to your friends and maybe like surrounding colleges, do they have student ambassadors?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. And the one of the, yeah, go ahead, Harshit, you were asking something.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt, sir. Like on this, I would like to add something. Sir, like when I started my journey, I was totally not aware about Salesforce or what is student ambassador program and any of those stuff. And in our college as well, if I talk about my branch and my batch group, which is in fourth year, I'm the only person who is pursuing Salesforce. So, like I can share from my experience, like it's very difficult to, sir, pursue Salesforce if there is no guidance. Like I was not aware about the community groups in Jaipur, or I was not aware about to whom I can reach out. So this lockdown initially helped me to reach out to different people in the community and seek advices from that, like what should be the exact path which I should follow about my learning. And also, like there is a question in chat from Prerna, like what should college students do to approach for a job? So may I address that one as well, sir?
Yes, please. Yeah.
Yeah, please. Thank you. Yeah. So, Prerna, like from my personal experience, I would like to mention one thing. Like since last 1 year, I have been studying Salesforce and it related verticals, right? So please don't give up on your hopes, or don't just only target jobs. I know, like ultimately, we all are learning anything to get employed and to have a handsome package with us to have a settled career, right? But please do have confidence on your learning. Whatever topic, whatever thing you are learning, opportunities are there. Trust me, opportunities are there in the market. There is nothing like, okay, due to COVID jobs are less or something like that. Opportunities are there. Just wait for your turn. Keep updating yourself, whether it's your LinkedIn account, it's your Twitter. Be active in the community, and you might get a good opportunity for you which will be suitable for you as well. So I hope I answered your question.
Yeah, great answer, Harshit. So team, those of you are actually still in college looking for opportunities. See, when you're a student, like you have like a lot of things that you can pursue, right? So there can be .NET, Java, anything that you can learn. So Salesforce is definitely a good opportunity that you can pursue. And like Harshit said, there will be opportunities. So you need to prepare yourselves and be ready, when that opportunity comes. So that's what I would always advise you guys as well.
May I add something?
Yes, sure, Sonny.
Hello everyone. I agree with Harshit. Like how Harshit said, without a guide or without a mentor, pursuing Salesforce campus is really hard. Even when I started, I was the only person. So I know the troubles. No one was there. I was not aware of the community. So no one was there to help me out. So I suggested Aaron Trailblazers from the day one of Salesforce learning, reaching out to the community leaders or the community members who are active, who can help you really great. So I prefer everyone or the new young trailblazers who are in the meet to prefer going to the community from the day one to learn something new from the community leaders or the community MVPs or the persons who feel as a good teacher or good mentor in the Salesforce. This is my suggestion for the young trailblazers.
And Vishal, maybe you and maybe Harshit and Vaishnav and some of the other leaders in India, you guys can actually start. I don't know. You guys probably are already looking at the student ambassador program, but probably it's not as widespread to some of the college people.
Mhm.
Maybe have a venue for them to reach out to, okay, if they have doubts on how to they want to spread the program into their college, and if they want guidance, how can they do that, and how can they associate with one of your groups, right?
Okay.
So I know some of the groups are doing it actively, but there's very few. As far as I see, there is still a lot more options available, where colleges can tie up with our groups and then get the student ambassadors set up, right?
Mhm. We are planning for this and hope we can do that in the future.
Sure. Yeah.
Uh, Sasha, can you hear me?
Hey, I can hear you.
Yes, Sasha. Thank you so much, Sasha, for joining. And
Hey,
we would love to get from you as well. Can you share your something?
what's happening? I don't know what's happening exactly.
We want to know your journey as well. So if you
Oh
want to
my
share something,
God.
if you want to share something that would help each and everyone, the new students. So if
Right.
you want to share, then we were happy to.
Yeah. Actually, I'm out of home. I would like to, share my glimpse of my journey. Right.
Okay.
So it's been 2 years where I'm being into the Salesforce ecosystem. And where to start it? Suddenly I joined the session and you guys are suddenly asking me. Right.
Basically, we were waiting for you.
Oh, really? Oh, seriously. I'm just completed my CAT coaching and I just, going to home and I joined this session. Okay, so basically I joined Salesforce with the help of Vishwavikas Dangla. So he is the manager of developer relations team. He came to our college to start the Salesforce thing. So then and when I get to know about the Salesforce, it's 2019 Jan 21st is the date. I still remember. So from there, I came to know, I came to research about it, and I'm not a good coder, to be honest. So I came to know that, okay, this is the one platform where I can, excel myself with at least low code, not even like a high code, at least low code, I can, excel my skills. And also one more thing, which I'm very curious is business analysis, right? So that's the two things which makes me to, go with the Salesforce platform. And from there onwards, I started doing the pilots and out of 209 people who enrolled for Salesforce, I used to maintain my, deliberate of being the first in the class, like having the highest number of badges and helping my friends and etc. So that's how I used to go for the first 4 to 6 months of my Salesforce journey, where I don't know nothing about Trailblazer community. There is something called as Trailblazer community outside the. So that's how it been, helping my friends and having my friends to be at the second, third, and fourth positions, me being the first. So that's how my journey has been. And after 6 months, I came to know about Shubham Bhardwaj from LinkedIn, and he has a conversation with him where we talked about this Trailblazer community. And there is one other program called Student Journey, and where we can become the student group leader. So that's how I applied for student group leader role to Amanda Bowman, and with her generosity, I was become student leader very soon. And after becoming the student leader, I started building up my corps of learning inside my university, where this 209 number has increased to 400 within my batch. And I also teach my juniors who has been into the second year and third year. So almost 800 plus people I teach this sales for in my final year of graduation, where I even didn't attend one single class of my final year because college gave me that deliberate to give sessions and not to go for any of the classes. So that's how I did this Salesforce training thing. And out of the Salesforce training part, I was, organizing this session of Salesforce Mega Community event. With this event, I came closer to the Trailblazer community across India. Like in this event, where we have Vishwikas Dhagla, Kiran Mandyala, Aditya Nag, Roshan Rajkotla, Kishore Beatty, Atul Gupta, Shushant, Sagar, uh, Abhishek Singh. So lots of people, lots of Trailblazer community rock stars came to this event out of my invitation. So that's how we made this event very grand. And later on, I completed my BTech with 9 job offers. And out of all the 9, I got 8 because of Salesforce only. So out of those 9 offers, I choose CloudBiz because this is the one company which I am looking for, where I can be the client-sided, where I can, be the business analyst role. And that's how I became Salesforce business analyst from CloudBiz. And later on, that's the phase where I became Vijayawada group leader as well. And from there, Vijayawada group leader, it's been almost 9-10 months. This group is very huge now, like 1,200 people are there. And tomorrow is also our session is there. And tomorrow also I'm delivering a session 4 tips to empower yourself in Salesforce. Out of my 2 years of journey, I was well known for my empowerment in this Trailblazer community with my leadership qualities and knowledge giving or giving back attitude. So that's the main theme I would like to put it in the session and want to deliver it to this, the newcomers or the existing Trailblazers. So that's what my journey in a, in a journalistic way. That's it, guys. And this is a real surprise for me.
Thank you so much, Shasha. The thing is that you suddenly joined and I picked you.
Oh, shucks. And hi, Sagar. Good to see you. Okay. Okay, guys, I'll be on mute and you please guys carry.
Sagar, are you sharing something? I think you are sharing.
Yeah, no, nothing much. Thanks, Sesha, for sharing your journey. I think it was really amazing to see,
My pleasure.
to see all the journeys out here. Oh, good to see you as well.
Actually, yeah, I am outside, so that's why. Just like that. Yeah.
That's great, man. That's great. Hope you are doing good in your
Yeah.
upcoming academics.
Right, right. You know it.
That's the secret. Okay,
Yeah.
so I have a I have a question to the speaker for today's session, and Harshit, Vaishnav, guys, uh, if you want to share what's next from your end, it would be very helpful for the people who who are actually looking a similar similar futuristic progress as yours. So what's next?
Uh, shall I go first?
Yeah, first in, first out.
Uh, not like that. I was mainly planning, if everything gets settled, I was planning to conduct sessions, training sessions for in my college, so that I could train some of my students, like some of my juniors mainly, and give them a chance, give them an opportunity in the community and in the outside society, so that they can get some opportunities like internships. Mainly the people who are in third years and their for one semester, mainly they look for internships. So they, if they have Salesforce as their one of their skills, so they will be getting some opportunities for their internships. So I was planning that, but it is not happening. I'm planning for them soon in the next month.
Thank you, Sagar sir, for the opportunity. So, if I talk about my professional prospect, then I would be like I'm looking to start my career as a Salesforce developer, and along with that, I would like to contribute to the community because today, like whatever I have gained knowledge or whatever people to whom I know is all about due to community. So, I would definitely want to show my gratitude towards the community and help the new trailblazers in solving the issues which they are facing, because I know like what exactly it is to start your journey in Salesforce if none of your college member, faculty, or any other the person to whom you know is not related to it. So don't want like any other new trailblazer to face the same situation. So if I have something even 1% of the knowledge I can share with them, then it would be great for me to at least show them the path. Whether they want to follow or not is up to them. So I would like to like manage my professional life as well as my community life in the upcoming months or years.
Thank you. Thanks for sharing. That's really nice of you to actually think in this direction. And I think it's more about giving back and making sure what struggles you have faced. It should not be the same situation for upcoming new Ohana. Yeah, Vishal, I think that's the only question I had.
Okay. Thank you so much, Sagar. So, guys, if you're having any questions you would like to ask with anyone, you can ask. And otherwise, we are good to wrap up the session. And I would like to make an announcement like tomorrow we are having another session on flows, which is our third session on scheduled flow. And this we are giving up a hands-on workshop series this time. We are doing a hands-on workshop series, and it is our third session. So I would really urge you, each and everyone, please stay with us and please join us tomorrow at 11 a.m. for the third session of flows, in which we are giving assignments which they can help you to groom you. I think we are not getting any questions or any queries.
I have a question.
Okay.
Sesha here. So, I mean, it's Gurgaon Developer Group where leading by Vishal Saraswat,
Okay.
but all time supporting by Delhi Developer Group leader Sagar Kinja and Gujarat Developer Group Sesha, and also Vaishnav, Vizag Developer Group student ambassador. So this is how we might not meet each other, we might know each other better, but this is what Trailblazer community, and I'm pretty much happy, to be here, Vishal Bhai, Sagar, and hopefully I'll be there in every way. And Shibu is there. Oh my goodness, Shibu.
Sorry to
Hi,
interrupt.
one
Rupesh
of the.
sir.
Rupesh sir has also joined. Hi, Rupesh sir.
Oh,
Hi, sir.
great.
Hey guys, how are you guys doing?
We are
Good,
fine,
sir.
sir.
How are you,
Thank you
sir?
for joining, sir.
I just saw a tweet and I thought, let me join this group.
Thank you very much, sir.
Hey Shibu, good to see you.
Thanks a lot, sir,
Hey,
for
Rupesh, sir.
joining.
Thank you very much.
Hey, Harshit. Hey, my pleasure, guys. I'm not sure if the meetup is almost nearing its end. I just thought, let me just dial in.
Yeah. So, Rupesh, sir, one question to you.
Sure.
After D2C, what's next?
Yeah, I'm planning for it now. It's D2C2A, covering the architect side of things as well.
Okay.
Obviously, there's lot now traction going around the whole architecture world with SIMA series and everything. But I want to cover the mindset part of it. So the way I talk about D2C, how developers should adopt a consulting mindset. I also wanted to focus on how anyone how they should look at architect mindset as well. So it would basically be an extension of what D2C is all about. Once we kind of understand what consulting mindset is all about, I'm now thinking on how to simplify the whole concept of architect mindset and how one can go for it. So yeah, that's an attempt which I'll be doing in few months. Right now, I'm just trying to see what content makes sense. Normally, my content is not very technically focused. It's more on professional career build, career insights, right? How you think about a situation, how do you react to a situation, what kind of questions do you should ask, right? So it will be an interesting thing. I don't know how am I going to come up with it, but yeah, just now trying to. These are the things which are going on in my mind right now. We'll see what comes out.
That's good to know, and hopefully we see it as a roadmap, road trip of what you did with D2C.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, hopefully, yes, we'll do in person
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah. Sure. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Rupesh sir, for joining. And if you would like to if you would like to share some message for the students, like if they are in a student and how they can approach to job, we would like to hear from you, Rupesh sir, if you would like to share.
Okay, so students and they want to approach to jobs, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm assuming that these students would have gone through some basics of Salesforce, or they are planning to do some trailers and understand the basics of Salesforce. With that assumption, my advice normally would be is that be confident on yourself. Uh, Interviews are experiences, even if it's not right in the first time, right? Learn from that experience, take it as an experience and reflect on it, that what you could have done better, and build up that confidence for the next time, right? Do not focus more on the technical questions. I think what matters for students community specifically, and anyone, right, who is getting into trying their first job, it's less about the knowledge, it's more about the confidence, the intent that you show on the conversation, how well do you articulate it, how confident you are, right? And then obviously basics of, if it is for a Salesforce role, obviously certain basics of Salesforce. If it is for a general developer role, it will be basics of object oriented programming, right? Here and there, something which you should already know, right? And that's what the interviewer would normally expect. So just be confident on yourself, try to do mock interviews. Obviously there's this larger community which can help, but try talking to yourself in the mirror. I think we kind of ignore this aspect, which we can gain a lot by talking ourselves into the mirror. Even a 5-minute talk to yourself, you can yourself record your voice, you can do it in front of your laptop, record your voice, record your interaction, and then replay it in front of you, right? You will yourself figure out, okay, which are the areas where I'm, facial expressions, your hand expressions, the way you are sounding, the way you are telling your story, is that what you had in your mind versus what is coming out through your words, right? So all of these are like nuances, right? Obviously technical areas would be around your basic concepts, which I would assume that you'll obviously cover through Salesforce Trailheads or learning through it. But these are nuances around communication, your way of presentation. All of these would matter, the are also like critical part of your first job, right? And obviously there will be on the job learning, so be prepared and be flexible to learn anything that is offered as a job. One thing which I've observed over the years is like we kind of reject opportunities because of the salary aspect as well. At times we have like certain benchmark in our mind that this is the minimum we should get. My generic advice, and that's what I followed even when I was starting my career, was that irrespective of the salary, just take your first job, because it will enable you to gain experience, and with experience money will follow. Focus more on what kind of role you are getting, what kind of learning opportunities you will have. If you have friends within that company, inquire about it, right? And just don't go by their words. Just general philosophy which I follow is, I listen to 10 people and then I take my own decision. So there are hundreds out there who will give you advices just like I'm giving one right now. Take it, process it, and then see if it makes sense and if it's applying for your specific scenario or not. And always have the knack of owning your decisions, because these are the attributes which are going to help you in a long run, not just on your first job, but in the long run as well. So yeah, few things from my experiences over the years, and I can share one interesting thing which I faced in my first job. I'm not sure if we have enough time right now, but I'll try to make it very quick in next 2 minutes.
Yeah, we have time. No worries.
So I did my final engineering exam on 1st of June 2006. 4th of June 2006, college gang. I stay in Mumbai suburbs. I've never visited the city of Mumbai. So we said, okay, let's go and explore some parts of Mumbai. Till then, like 18 years, 21 years, born and grown up in Mumbai, I've never visited Mumbai, the actual downtown. So thought, let's say it's a good opportunity to go and explore some of the sites of Mumbai. So we went there. A day prior, one of our batchmates had visited a company and they had given an aptitude test. Those days back then, like a decade and a half ago, aptitude tests were the normal round which any fresher would go through. So 15 of us went and sat into that aptitude test, thinking that we'll just take it as an experience of attempting an interview, right? Or attempting an aptitude test, and then we'll go and roam around Mumbai and have some fun, because we just completed our final year exams. Out of those 15 people, 2 of them got selected, including me. and then there was a PI round, personal interview round with the HR. Out of those two, only one person got selected, which was me. And I was told you have to travel to another part of Mumbai for a final technical round with the managers. I said, okay, but that was not my plan. My entire batch is here and the entire group is here, and we want to basically go and have fun, right? So I came out of the building and I told to my friends that I need to go and attend this final round. And at that point of time, job was, I mean, for everyone, job is important, right? First job is always important. So I thought I should not miss this, and anything which I could take up for supporting my family, my parents financially, I should do that. So I told them, you guys go and continue your Mumbai exploration, and I'll go and do this interview. So I took a local train, landed up in that the other office. Very anxious, very nervous, being my first ever technical interview. At the end of the interview, I was like, the manager had literally nailed me down. I am not able to even answer anything. I am like very nervous, loss of confidence. Everything that could happen on that day had happened. And I don't know, there was this last 10 seconds or 15 seconds with me where I gathered the courage, and I told that interview very honestly. So the interview asked me, okay, why should we hire you? I said, see, 3 days ago, I finished my engineering exams. We were out there for having fun. There was no intent of appearing for an interview. We just kind of went ahead and gave the aptitude test, and I happened to got selected, and that's why I'm here. I'm not well prepared, but if you give me another chance, I can be better prepared and come back and give another shot at it. He said, okay, tell me how much time do you need to prepare? I said, give me 24 hours. Now that's very bold, and that's very unfamiliar of a student kind of asking for a day's time, and you never know, right? Interviewers are, they might give you a chance, they might not give you a chance, but I took that courage and I opened up my mind that which state of mind I am in. I was not ready for that interview, and I've never faced an interview before. Said, luckily for me, the interviewer agreed and said, okay, come back tomorrow, same time. Next day, so that day, while my friends were having their enjoying their life, exploring the Mumbai downtown, I was back with the Yashwant Kanetkar's book, Let Us See, going through the programming concepts, going through encapsulation, inheritance, all of those stuff. And I didn't know what I will do the other day, right? I mean, in 24 hours, there's not going to be any magic mind where I'll go and learn everything and then I'll be ready for the interview. Next day, luckily, I ended up in the evening. Luckily, this time the interview was a different person altogether. Again, the same aptitude related, logical reasoning kind of questions. I vividly remember after 15 years as well that there was one question where a person is standing, a train is coming at some speed, some logical reasoning question, and I don't know what kind of answer I gave. But at the end of that interview, I got my first job, right? I think if I reflect now after 15 years, what had happened, what might have happened, or what might have impressed that interview is not my knowledge, but the intent and the honesty that I had in that conversation. And that's what I kind of advise. Now you could relate why did I said all those points earlier. Keep your honest self in front of the interviewer and show that intent that you're here to learn and grow. You can do all possible hard work. You are ready to take that grind and show that intent that you are going to learn on the job as well, right? And companies need people who can take ownership, who can have that learning attitude and are flexible in grasping things quicker, right? And are good communicators as well. So again, I'm from a family where no one speaks English at home. I was lucky to be in an English medium school. I was lucky to be an engineer, but yeah, I mean, communication has played a big role always. So these are my big story short, that's how I ended up in my first job. The first day rejection, but the courage to come back and honestly express myself that I can be better prepared for the next time, right, gave me that next opportunity for the second day, and I cracked that interview. Now, for a saying, you can say that I got my first ever job in my first attempt itself, right? And I joined that company on 15th of June 2006. So literally within 14 days of completing my final exams, while other streams were still having their final exams going on, right? I was able to crack the interview without any campus placements, without any company visiting and recruiting from the college. I was able to do it on my own in my first attempt at the interview. And that to me was, it's all of these nuggets, right? Like, will be with you forever. And I don't know if it kind of helps everyone, but yeah, that's where I kind of focus more on communication, expressing yourself, showing the right intent, having a learning attitude, and be honest, right? uh, you can fake at the interview and get into it, but you will not be able to fake at the job, right? So be honest to yourself and be honest to the during the interview and at the job as well. That will take you places. So that has helped me, and I'm sure that that philosophy will help many of the freshers out there who are seeking their first job. I hope that helps.
Thank you so much, Rupesh sir, for sharing your journey and your first interview experience with all of us. And it really motivates all of us. And it is an amazing journey. So if any one of you would like to ask anything, you can unmute yourself and you can ask. And if you are not asking anything, then we can wrap up the session.
Yeah, and if you have fear of asking in front of everyone, right, you can always email me at developer2consultant@gmail.com. I normally respond on that email ID. So yeah, feel free to reach out to me at any point in time if you have any doubt in your mind, or if you want to discuss anything, right? Whether it's related to Salesforce, not related to Salesforce. If you think that this person can share his experience and can help me in any way, I am more than happy to get onto a call as well. So yeah, feel free to reach out.
Thank you so much, Rupesh sir. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining today's session. Pratik, would you like to
Yeah,
ask anything?
yeah. I want to ask something to Rupesh Bhatia sir. That recently I am doing my intern and I am in third year. When we are doing intern, there was something comes from the company that you want to do this, and it was completely new to us. So there was a particular fixed time that you have to complete in 1 or 2 days. So how we should set our mind that something which is completely new to us and we have to do this particular thing. So how we should deal with this situation?
So if it is completely new, right, can share my experience on that, right? So after that first job, right, I'll just continue that story so that it kind of gives you an idea what I did in that situation. After 8 months, so that first job was more of editing XML pages and maintaining a website. It was more process oriented job, and I kind of excelled at it in like 2 or 3 months maximum, and there was not much more learning to happen. So I kind of asked them, give me a more technical role. I've done IT engineering and I kind of intend to be more of a developer. I want to build applications. I want to do stuff where I can see something working which I've made, right? Unfortunately, the company didn't had any specific role for me in that kind of skill set. So I kind of started looking out, and I got placed into a second company of mine, which was a small company of around 50 employees. They kind of hired me as a fresher. So I took a salary cut for my second job just because I wanted a technical role. Now in that job, the first day, first 3-4 days, it was like sitting in a chair and doing nothing. We were given first assignment to build a web form in .NET, and that web form was very simple. You had to create a file upload control, file upload functionality, and show that file on the web form once it has been uploaded as a record. Now, how does a file upload looks visually? It's a text box and a button, right? And .NET back then, it had a specific UI component where you can drag and drop, and the entire file upload component, you can kind of code through it. Because I've never worked on .NET and I was like new to the whole .NET world, I've never read about it, I've never worked on it. I was like sitting with that assignment for almost 2 days. In our mind as freshers, right, what I was thinking visually how a file upload works is I placed a text box on the form and a button to it, and I was struggling to how to make it work, right? So what helped me there is basically the mentor who had given me the assignment, right? Seek advices from them. Now, if you go and directly ask for help, right, the other person who have assigned you something might be busy as well, right? And nobody would appreciate asking directly the solution. And that would happen not just if you're a fresher, even if you're an experienced professional, right? There will be situations where you are facing which is something very new, right? And you have to seek help or seek advice from people who are around you who have done this earlier. But the slight difference in how do you approach that whole situation is that do your homework or do your groundwork. So I read about the file upload control. I knew that I have to make it work on a button click. I knew that what is the logic I need to create on the backend to display the record on the below section. So I had done some bit of groundwork, and when I seeked help from my team lead, I kind of discussed my approach on how am I trying to do this, right? And that's where people are comfortable sharing their thought process as well. Okay, they will give you hints. Okay, this is something you should explore, and this is how you can proceed to the next level. So when you're dealing with something new, right, always do your homework, always do your groundwork. There is so much things available at Google. There are so many blogs out there. There are so many technical hacks out there. See if you can understand all of it by your own. And then when you're seeking help with your peers or with your mentors or with your team leads, right, go with an approach where you want to have a discussion about the solution or about the logic that you're trying to implement. Do not just end up in front of your team lead and say, I need help. This is my assignment and you have to help me here. No, nobody will appreciate that. Put yourself in that other person's shoes, right? If somebody comes up and asks you for help without discussing about the problem statement, without you understanding what the other person is thinking about the problem statement, what kind of solution is going on in their mind, right? You will never really understand you'll never really appreciate that somebody is asking me for help, but they are not intent. There's no show of intent over there, right? So if you're learning something new or if you're facing something new, these are the 2 steps. First, prepare and then discuss it out and show that you have the intent to learn, explore, but you're stuck at some level or in some specific point where you need some guidance. So seek guidance, not just the direct solution. That's my approach of handling anything new. So I'm not sure if Pratik that helps, but that's how I would look at it.
Yeah, I get it. Thank you for sharing your thoughts.
And anyone want to ask anything? If you would like to ask, you can ask. Feel free to ask. Nobody wants to ask anything. Okay, no problem. So thank you so much, Rupesh sir, for sharing your journey. Thank you so much, Harshit Vaishnav, for sharing your student journey, how you became the trailblazer. And thank you so much, Shivu sir, for sharing. And we are good to wrap up.
Yeah, thank you so much, Vishal sir and the Gurgaon Salesforce Developer Group for the opportunity, and thank you everyone for joining. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much, everyone.
Thanks, Sushant. Hey, Harshit Vaishnav, sorry I missed your story, but I'll catch up on the recording as well. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for attending me in support.
Yeah, thank you so much, everyone, and have a great day. Bye for today.